number 13, which is, yes, it's that easy, ladies and gentlemen, right? I kind of kick in, and the good thing for this problem is they don't give you the one with unlike term. So don't worry about the not unlike term, unlike denominator. So, you know, here, right? So now let's take a look at this thing here, which is number 14, right? So number 14, looking at this thing here, you say, wait a minute, Mr. Tran, you just told me that there's no, right? There's no unlike denominator. What's going on, right? What's going on with this thing here? Well, first of all, looking at this thing here, they not ask you to simplify, but they ask you to solve, which is in order for you to solve, reminder, what do we need to do? First, we need to know what is my denominator, right? Which is reminder, the first thing we need to do is we ask ourselves, can we factor out the denominator? Which is in this case, what can we do? Which is, again, the only thing I can factor out, which is 24, which is, again, do you agree that negative 8, excuse me, negative 8 times 3 is negative 24, and negative 8 plus 3 will give me a negative 5, right? Which is, again, reminder, this is what we need to do now, is we need to ask ourselves, what is our LCD? Which is, hopefully you remember, LCD is you take your denominator and you put them all together, but if they happen to repeat at different location, we only use it one time. Which is, again, my LCD is x minus 8, x plus 3. I only use x minus 8 one time and x plus 3 one time. But what do we do with the LCD? Reminder, ladies and gentlemen, all we do is we take the LCD and we insert on the numerator, right? We take, again, all you do is whatever your numerator, which is everybody see the 1, I insert my LCD at the 1. The 4, I insert my LCD at 4. And the negative 9, I insert my LCD at negative 9. Why do we do that? Because, again, everybody see that negative 8 and negative 8 on top and as on the bottom, we can cancel them out, right? Negative 8 on top, x minus 8, x minus 8, we can cancel out. X plus 3 here and x plus 3 here, we can cancel them out. And again, x minus 8 cancel, x plus 3, we cancel that, right? So once we have this thing here, everything is gone, right? What do I have? Well, the only thing I have here is I still have a 1. I still have a 1 multiplied to x plus 3. I still have 4 times x minus 8, and over on this side, everything is gone. I only have negative 9, right? So again, that's my original problem, or that's what I have, which is now, you know, our goal is, because they asked us to solve, our goal is we don't want to work with the denominator. And to get rid of the denominator, we need the LCD. And once we have this thing here, now the only thing we need to do is we need to distribute this thing in. And again, if you distribute this thing in, which is 1 times x is 1x, 1 times 3 is 3, 4 times x is 4, 4 times negative 8 is negative 32, equal to negative 9, which is, again, what do we have? Which is combined like term. What are my like term? Hopefully you guys say the like term is the x here and the 4x, vice versa, the 3 and the 32. Those are the like term, right? Which is x plus 4x to give you 5x. And again, 3 take away 32 will give you a negative 29 equal to negative 9, which give us 5x equal to negative 9 plus 29, which give us 5x equal to net 20, which is, again, divided by 5, you have x equal to 4. So again, this is what we need to do to solve for x. And like I mentioned on your test, right? On your test, if you want to, right? On your test, if you want to, whenever you see the solve, if you want to, you can just take whatever the answer is, because like I mentioned, it's more of a choice. You can take the answer and plug in for the x, right? Plug in the x here, plug in the x here, and plug in the x here, right? Wherever you see the x, you plug in 4. Sorry, plug in 4, not the x, right? And again, you plug in and you see if this side is equal to this side. If the two sides are equal, you say, well, that's our answer, right? So again, it's multiple choice. So that's one way to do it, right? That's the good thing about multiple choice is the answer is there, right? You can take the answer and redo your problem, right? So question with number 12, 13, and 14. And again, reminder, ladies and gentlemen, if they don't have an equal sign, and it's more of a choice. If you put in 0, you try to solve, you won't get there, right? So again, question with 12, 13, and 14. Any question at all so far? All right. If you don't have question, well, the rest of the material is what we've been covered last week. So I kind of just write it here. You guys can look at the last week material, which is I post last week material of chapter 10.6, 10.7, no, 10.6, 11.1, 11.2, which is again, this is not, if you look at A, this is, you will see some, the only reason why I wrote it here is because you will see this type of problem on your final exam. I did not do it. I let you guys can practice it. A and B, this is not in chapter 11, guys. This is just a simple problem, right? This is chapter 2, right? Combine like term. This thing here, combine like term. This thing here, you have to distributive and solve. Okay, so again, you should expect to see this kind of problem here. And again, from here on, which is from D all the way to K, from D all the way to K is what we did last week. So it should be still fresh with you guys. Hopefully it's still fresh with you guys. You guys can practice those. Let's take a look at C, right? Let's take a look at C. Let me erase this this thing out. Let's take a look at C, which is again, how do we attack C? How do you attack C, ladies and gentlemen? Which is again, hopefully you guys say that. Remember this thing here. They say if a man weight 150 pounds on Earth is equal to 10 pounds on Mars, right? How much will he weigh? How much will a 55 pound man on Earth weight on Mars, right? Which is again, looking at this thing here, which is if you were to have this thing here, which is let me create a new slide for you guys and let me make it big. So if you remember, I mentioned this last time, right? If you remember, this is what you want to do is again, they tell us that a 1,500 pound man on Earth is equal to 10 pounds on Mars, right? And again, remember, this is what you want to do is, again, now, what do they tell us? They tell us that a 355 pound man on Earth, how much will he weight on Mars, right? Which is hopefully you guys say that this is how you guys set up with this proportional, right? This is your proportional item here. Give me one item here. Right. So again, this is how you set up this proportional, which is the proportional is for 150 pounds is equal to 10, which is again, the ratio is 150 to 10, right? And again, because they give us the 330 on Earth, which is again 330 because my Earth item is here, which is the 355 is here. I don't know how much he weigh on Mars, which is again, looking at this thing here, reminder, what do we do? Well, reminder for proportional, this is what we need to do for proportional is we need to cross multiply, right? And if you cross multiply, which is again, if you cross multiply, what do we have from here? Which is if you cross multiply, this is what you have is you have 150x is equal to, again, 350 times 10, right? Which is, again, this will give you 150x is equal to 355, guys. Again, 355, right? Which is, again, this is what we have, which is, again, once you have this thing here, we have, again, x is equal to 3550 divided by 150, right? Which is, again, you can use your calculator, which is I don't have a calculator. Do I have a fast calculator? Again, we can take this and we can say 350, right? 3550 divided by 150, which is, again, roughly 23.6666666, right? So again, roughly 23.67, right? So again, that's what they basically to refresh your your ratio problem or your proportional problem, right? So if they ask you or they give you proportional, that's what you do. And like I say, I will give this guy this item here. I will give this item for you guys to try. You can look at the material from last week. You know, the video I posted up there. You can look at those items and then see. You can